Well, today is the start of Pride Month. All through June, we'll be bringing you stories that affect you in the LGBTQ community. For decades, this community has been behind the revitalization of many neighborhoods. One of the most famous, Miami Beach. After a period of economic decline in the late 1980s to mid-1990s, well, a lot of gay men and women moved in, bought and restored dilapidated Art Deco hotels, and then started a number of nightclubs and businesses, making Miami Beach the tourist destination that we all know it is today. Well, closer to home, the LGBTQ community's heavy influence in Ybor City turned it from a mostly abandoned and forgotten part of Tampa to the place to be at night. This morning, Andy Hughes, a historian with USF Libraries, takes us beyond the headline with a look at how the community's culture shaped parts of Tampa.
So gay culture really had percolated in Tampa for a long time under the surface through the 1950s and into the 60s, but the 70s is really when it began to emerge and become sort of a public culture. And really one of the big reasons for this were the gay clubs that opened up around Florida in the 1970s. One of those was the El Goya Lounge here in Tampa. It was one of the biggest gay clubs in the state at the time. There were others here in town as well, but the El Goya was probably the biggest. It became Trax later on, so it began as the El Goya Lounge in the mid-70s. In the early 80s, it became Trax, a similar dance club, and that really helped to spearhead redevelopment in Ybor City. Previously, Ybor City had been kind of a neighborhood with a commercial district in it, and really it was the birth of Ybor City as kind of a nighttime district. In the late 80s and early 90s, when there were hardly any other businesses in Ybor City, Trax had long lines that often went around the block. So it was definitely a sought after and popular club. It had a lot to do with why Ybor City looks the way it is today.
A hot spot there. Hughes went on to share how the mafia actually played a big role in keeping the gay nightclubs up and running. He also talked about how cross-dressing men helped bar owners get around Tampa law in the 1950s. You can see this full interview on 10tampabay.com.